Welcome to Heroes Rising, hosted by Sifu Rafael, a master instructor, public speaker, and the founder of Speaking Prowess. Known for his expertise in
Psych, wrong show, guys. All right, we're actually going to go live. I just got to do a couple of things, and I will be right back with everybody. For some reason, this has been happening too often. I'll be right back, guys.
Yep.
So, Jose, how you doing?
All is well, but it shows live in my top right corner.
Oh, right.
So I don't think Sifu realizes it. I think we're live.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's
Anyway.
right.
I did realize we're live, but let's go ahead and start it anyway.
Okay. All right.
So here's the media, and we will do it with this one.
The city never sleeps, and neither do the dreamers who build its pulse. From every corner of the globe they come. Visionaries, creators, leaders, each carrying a spark ready to ignite the world. This is not an event. It's a revolution of rhythm and reason. A symphony of minds. A movement of momentum. Sifu Rafael, Lancelot, Jose Escobar. Together they set the stage for brilliance. This is the NYC experience. Mastermind, light up this city. They coming from the east, coming from the west. Knowledge on deck, put the truth to the test. Leaders in motion, hearts in sync, dropping wisdom so deep it'll make you think. They bring stories, sweat and flame, different faces, one shared name. Elevation, that's the sound. NYC experience, mastermind, where purpose is found.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. Good morning.
Tuesday.
Good morning.
How you guys doing?
Yeah,
Happy
so
New
we
Year.
had a hiccup, at least technical hiccup on my end. All right. I love the topic that we're going to be talking about today. It's one decision, and most people think their future changes with some big dramatic event, but that's not really how it happens. Not in my world, anyway. It usually happens in a quiet moment, a split second where you either tell the truth or you don't, and that's talking about tell the truth to yourself, right? Whether you step forward or stay comfortable, and most people stay comfortable. But when we think about one decision, not 10, not someday, not one every version of your life, because there are certain spaces in life, if you think about when you were a kid to where you are today, right? So moments don't fully understand where your mind is until you put it together. And I think that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. Is that one moment that one decision that you act on. I'd love to hear what you guys think about that.
Well, I'll start it off. It's funny, the decisions that you make are based off. I think we all have a voice, that inner voice inside of us, that is constantly speaking to us and constantly saying there's more for you out there. And it's up to us to actually listen to that inner voice and walk away or step through the fears. Because a lot of times the inner voice is speaking, but we're fearful. We're comfortable where we are. And where you're comfortable, there's no growth. There's no stretch in the comfort zone. So I think sometimes, especially in the new year, I guarantee you, because I know I have that inner voice that's constantly speaking to me. And it's up to us to take that first step, and it's the small step. It may be just getting a book and reading about what it is that you're trying to do, or surrounding yourself. I think that's very important in 2026 to create your own environment, because as you create your own environment of like-minded people, just being around them will help you to move past your fears. But I think, it's about listening to that inner voice and stepping through that fear.
I like that. Absolutely.
One decision I think is a great topic for today. First of all, because the one decision I'm making tomorrow is that we're going to move my 1-year-old out of my bedroom into Noah's old room because we're just still not sleeping. I mean, the guy wakes up multiple times throughout the night, like, and as soon as I start falling back asleep, like he like starts crying again. I'm like, oh my gosh. So, but the show must go on, right? So we're gonna move him out of our room and put him into Noah's room since Noah's in college, temporarily. But anyhow, all jokes aside, on a one decision, I guess in the last 4 years I can recall that changed my life was the one word of execution. Right? Because for the longest time I was learning, growing, planning, all the things that we all do as entrepreneurs, professionals. We're always in the lab trying to move the needle, right? Personally, professionally. But education, information without implementation is head knowledge. And a lot of us kind of hang out in that head knowledge space. We hang out in that planning phase and the grand ideas of what I'm going to do. And we talk about it all the time. Hey, guess what I'm working on? Hey, guess what's coming? Hey, guess what I'm about to do? But so many people never actually do the thing. Right. And if they do the thing, they just poke it with a stick and flirt with it like a hobby. It's not really a business. It's not really a tangible thing. And that's really the thing for me was the word execution. That was the one decision I made. I said, you know what? I'm going to decide and then commit and then execute consistently. And I decided to execute on the idea of, hey, you know what? It's time to actually implement the things that I'm learning. And that one decision of execution completely changed my life.
Oof, I love the execution, right? Because dreams are something really special, but without executing on those dreams, you get nothing. You just get clouds. So, and Lancelot, when you talked about reading a book, right? Sometimes you have to reread a book, right? This is the one I'm rereading. Well, it's on my list to reread, right? And I reread it every year. And the reason I do that is because sometimes, like Jose said, is we just head knowledge, but we don't implement. Implementation is everything. It's the key, right? It's how we move forward. It's how we wake up in the morning and say, what am I doing today?
Absolutely.
Because if we don't, somebody else is going to make that one decision for us. They're going to kidnap our days. Who's ever been kidnapped before? Who's ever been kidnapped?
Right here.
Yes.
I never heard that, Sifu. Never heard that before. That's a good one.
Think about it, right? If you don't make the decision to own your day, and I love Jose's book, Own Your Day, right? If you don't own your day, somebody else is going to own it. So you're being kidnapped, right? And that doesn't mean they're putting you in the trunk of their car, but they're putting you in their agenda.
Right, as opposed to
So the decision that I make every day is the one decision is that I'm in charge of me.
Of your attitudes and your efforts.
And everybody else can go around my calendar. Now, don't get me wrong. Things come up, family emergencies, this, that, the other, and you can shift in order to accommodate. But if we don't start with me in mind, I will be kidnapped. Hopefully not gagged, but I will be kidnapped. And I don't want that, right? So think about that. Every day we have that one decision. What are we doing today to level up, to execute, to grow? We can all make that decision to hit the snooze alarm over and over again. I don't have an alarm, so I don't have to snooze anything, right?
Right.
So there you go. This morning don't get me wrong, I do put on an alarm. I don't know why. And my alarm went off and I was already up. I already was showered. And I was like, oh, there's my alarm. I should be getting up now. No, because I would have allowed someone else to once again kidnap my day, right? So one decision.
I absolutely love Sorry, were you done or no?
No, go for it.
No, I love this idea, and there's this great book called One Decision, I believe. that's here somewhere. But yeah, so if I had to like encapsulate this idea into a sentence, it's your future doesn't change when you think differently. It changes when you decide differently.
Oof.
Right? So we have to decide differently. And a lot of us can think differently, but we don't actually change anything until we actually decide to do the implementation piece, right? So, and the reality for many of us, and I include myself because we never arrive in this category. I think we're always, trying to improve when it comes to making the appropriate decisions when we need to make them, whether we feel like it or not. And most people are just really one decision away from momentum. Right, there's that momentum piece, like almost like when you're digging for gold and you get so close to the gold, and that whole meme that we've all seen, where you're in some kind of a mine and you're digging for gold, and you see on the other side is that you're like this close and you stop digging, right? And the same thing, you keep making the appropriate decisions, but you haven't taken off yet. But the momentum is right there, and then you stop making that one decision, and that one decision difference can keep you stuck in indecision moving forward.
Ooh, yeah, absolutely. When you think about momentum, right, and you stop the momentum, you're done. Now you have to restart. To restart. Think about the car racing world, right? How fast do they change a tire?
Pretty quick.
Seconds. Yeah. It's crazy. I was seeing, and you go, how come when I take my car to the repair shop, they tell me they're going to fix my flat, it's going to take me an hour? I'm like, wait a minute. I just want my tire changed like that, right? It doesn't happen. So we have to get into the reality of speed sometimes is important as well. But not always. Sometimes we need to just coast until we get the speed to pick up, right? Everybody wants speed, but they forget that we may miss something. Can you imagine if you're doing the Indy 500 and you go and you get your tires changed and they forget a lug nut? How's that going to look?
That tire fly off. I've seen it happen. The tires flies off and starts going into the audience. I want to go back to, I love the idea of kidnapping and your day being kidnapped. And our mornings can be kidnapped unless we take control of our mornings. And I try to work on this on a daily basis. I did it this morning. I get up in the morning and I choose actively. I'm aware of what attitude that I'm going to choose for the day. What am I going to do to own my own respect for the day? These are the questions I ask myself. And also, what emotion am I choosing? What am I feeling? What am I bringing in from yesterday that I shouldn't? That's very important, to be able to regulate your emotions. And how you do it is being aware of what you're feeling. So you're taking control of your day so you don't allow the day to kidnap you. So I love that idea about kidnapping, because the day will take over unless you decide in the morning that you are going to make the choice of choosing your attitude, choosing what you're going to do, choosing the type of effort you're going to make today, and also choosing the kind of emotion that you're going to come into the day with, and not bringing what happened to you yesterday that you can't control into what's happening to you today. So that's my idea. I love that. I'm going to use that. Kidnapping, not allowing the day to kidnap you.
That's it. This morning at 6 a.m., I had a text message. I have physical therapy today. And it said, your therapist is not in today, but there's a replacement therapist. Do you still want your appointment? I said, yes, because guess what? I already had planned on it. So the fact that they texted me at 6 a.m. and said, would you still like someone else to handle your appointment? I said, absolutely, because that was what part of my day was already planned. I know exactly when all my my therapy sessions are happening. So for me, someone else was looking to change the plans, but I still had the same plan. So I said, absolutely, I will be there. And they responded back, thank you. And guess what? It was not a person who responded. It was a bot. But the bot said, thank you. But they said, if you need to talk to somebody at 7:15, somebody will be available. But I already responded right away. Most people are not up at 6 a.m., right? I was already beyond showered. I already did my exercises. I already worked out this morning. By that, actually, when they texted, I was already working out. So for me, it's about not allowing anything, if you can help it, to change the way your day is going or what you're planning on doing, right? So there you have it.
Big shout out to Emilio and Marilyn, who's on, and Angeline. Good morning, you guys. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Let's dive into this topic a bit more. I'm loving this, and I think the highlight so far of the morning is being kidnapped, right? in the
morning, Dan.
your day, because it's so easy for us to be kidnapped in our morning, especially when the trajectory of how we start our day, right? The morning matters big time.
Yes.
It's the foundation of what we build upon throughout the day, right? If we start the wrong way, then typically everything else after that is not the best, right? So if we start with an immediate L, which is hitting the snooze button, that's already the first loss of the day. So it's just important to be cognizant of the decisions that we're making, because the decisions that we make create our identity, right?
Absolutely.
And the identity doesn't have to be like an identity in life. It can be identity day by day, right? Because everything compounds over time. So once you decide who I need to be this day, who I need to become this day, the behaviors will follow.
Absolutely.
Right. And it's important to know that, because I'm reading this book right now called Atomic Habits, right? I'm sure many of you have heard of Atomic Habits.
You mean this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's talking about the how people decide, usually I'm going to stop doing something by the outcomes, which is the outer layer, right? And the inner layer of processes, right? Processes. And then there's the identity. Right, you never actually install or change a habit unless you change it at the core of the identity of who you are. If you talk to a smoker who's trying to quit, and you say to this smoker, hey, do you want a cigarette? The smoker that has the real definition of change is going to say, I'm not a smoker, no thanks. Right, because they identify as not being a smoker. The person who's trying to quit and hasn't really gotten there yet and is changing based on the outer layers, not the identity, is going to say, oh, no, I'm good. I'm trying to quit right now. I'm in the process of quitting. I'm trying to quit, versus I don't smoke. That's not who I am, right? So really, really important stuff. And I think that concept applies at the very basic fundamental level of how we start our morning, how we start our day. Because a lot of times the things that we don't do is because we have fear. Right? We talk ourselves out of the things we should be doing, but fear, as we know, disappears when we take action.
Right.
Right. When you take action, all of a sudden fear starts to diminish over time. And it's just amazing how that happens. And remember, there's also the idea of indecision is still a decision.
That's right.
So sometimes you can say, oh, well, I'm not going to decide to do something right now. I'll decide to no, because that's also indecision, right? Indecision is also by default a decision, but indecision is always going to choose the status quo. So you got to be careful.
Yeah, I love that idea. Thinking of habits, right? And you talked about the smoker who is trying to quit but does not identify with a smoker anymore. So many people label themselves, I'm an alcoholic, I'm a smoker, I'm whatever, right? When they can start to identify as someone else, then they no longer see themselves. But if you're trying to quit, there's no such thing as trying. Either you do or you don't. And I think that's one of the most important aspects that we have to remember, that we make that choice every day. You wake up in the morning, and if you say, I have to have a cigarette, then you're a smoker. But if you wake up every morning, you go, man, I have that urge, but that's not who I am. That urge will go away. And the more you do that, the urge will be no longer tugging at you, trying to kidnap you, if you will, right? So think about habits, right? And we are New York City Mastermind Experience, and we are looking for people to join us in Tampa. We have curated so many different experiences for people, and Tampa is going to be just another incredible experience. If you've never been with us, you may be missing out. I'm just going to say it out there. You may be missing out because not only do you have the three of us who are so different, but yet so well aligned, and then you're going to meet other incredible people like Danny Z, who is just a phenomenal entertainer and a human being. Forget the fact that he's a great entertainer. The guy's just super pure, honest, and he will take his shirt off if you need it, right? And that's the kind of people that we have. We have Jacqueline, who's going to be there. We have Devo. We have other people who are coming who are going to help and impact the way you function on a daily basis. So if you're looking to level up, join us in Tampa.
And Tampa is floating across the bottom of the screen right now. February 27th to March 1st, right? February 27th to March 1st. There's a lot of events out there that are one-day events. You might get lucky if you get two. When you get three, man, especially in a gorgeous place like Tampa, and then you throw in some heavy hitters like the ones we just mentioned, just a few of many, it's a very exciting place to be. So we look forward to seeing you in Tampa. And remember, Tampa is also a what away? It's a decision away, right? Tampa is one decision away. And speed compounds just like money. I think we know that. Speed waits for nobody, right? And money is going to go into somebody's pockets. If you're growing a business, you got to be decisive. You got to be willing to take risks. You got to be willing to invest in yourself, time, energy, money, right? There's many different forms of investment. It's not just money, it's time and energy, right? There's the energy component to it as well. And I'm telling you, the energy is going to be in the room in Tampa, Florida. You don't need more information about Tampa, Florida. You need more conviction. Okay, I'll say that one more time. You don't need more information about Tampa. You need more conviction. Why would I want to be in a room like what is being described? Why do I want to show up in a room full of winners? Why do I want to learn and grow? Why do I want to position myself to potentially have some collaborations and referral partners and relationships that are lifelong that could expand my business and grow like never before? Momentum doesn't begin in your business until you make the move to begin it, right? So it is time. The time for you to say, you know what is the next thing I need to tap into? And there's tons of things you can tap into, but right now the battle cry is Tampa, Florida. We want to see you in Tampa, Florida, and every level. Follow me here carefully. If you have a notepad, write this down. Every level of your success in life and in business exists behind a decision that you haven't made yet. Okay, the next level of where you want to go is literally right behind a decision you haven't made yet. And that very well could be Tampa, Florida. So we want to encourage you to make that decision and commit to it.
That's right. And in 2026, decide the environments and the people that you want to be around, because the environments and the people that you surround yourself with really dictate where you're trying to go. The great Emilio, I always say this, always says that you could be around positive people and people that are successful, and just being around them will bring up your productivity 10%. And the adverse thing is, if you're around negative people, it brings your productivity down 20%. So what that means is surround yourself in 2026 with those people you're most trying to be like, emulate, and want to follow. And when you do that, it helps you to elevate. It helps you to walk past your fears, because you have other people that have done it before and can show you the way. So 2026, especially the beginning of 2026, is getting around and creating those environments, those positive environments to help you grow. And that environment is Tampa, Florida, February 27th to March 1st.
Yeah. I'm just going to say it out loud, and pardon me if I offend you, but everybody who's been making a comment has not bought their ticket yet. So just saying. So Don, everybody else, Marilyn, Emilio, Angeline, come join us. Be in Tampa with us, right? We would love to have you.
Yes, yes. Annalisa.
Annalisa is an incredible human being.
Yes.
She's going to be in Ireland with us as well. So, but we'd love to have her in Tampa. So one decision. When we're children, who makes the decisions for us? Our parents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then we get into a position in life where we, even as teenagers, we don't want to listen to our parents anymore because we know better. And our parents are still guiding us. But a lot of times you have people who are a lot older and they still need somebody to hold their hand. I think it's time to mature and make the decisions for yourself that will impact your life. Don't wait for someone else to make those for you. I think it's time that we say, this is right. Maybe Tampa's not right for you. I'm just going to say it. Maybe Tampa is not the right place for you. But make a decision today that your life is worth living, and every day strive to make that happen. So that 30 years from now, you can look back and say, these are the decisions that I made in my life that impacted me. Maybe Tampa would have been one of them. We won't know that until we talk again in 30 years. But Tampa may be the one that really projected you in a different way.
Yep.
Go Tampa.
I mean, again, it's, and I'll be the first to say it. Okay. I'll be the first to say it. Trying to figure out Ireland or Greece. Let's go. How about both, Don Callahan? So, listen, I can tell you, and I'm a straight shooter. Okay, I'm a very straight shooter. I will say, Tampa, Florida, no, it won't necessarily be the end all be all for you. Okay, there's all kinds of events you can go to, right? And this is me being just direct and open and honest as we always need to be, right, with full integrity. So it may not necessarily be the event that's going to change your life and blah, blah, blah. Now, if in the grand scheme of things, but there are micro shifts that happen that create the macro effect you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not so much like I'm going to go, if I don't go to Tampa, my business will never grow. No, your business will probably grow and you'll probably be okay. But would you rather be okay or would you rather be great? Would you rather have momentum or would you rather move inch by inch? Would you rather have the macro, experience in your business in terms of exponential growth sooner or later? That's what this is about. And what we're doing here is we're creating the environment for you to be able to show up and get those opportunities that you're looking for, which is what? Learning and growing, because we always are. Don't tell me I'm not going to come to the room because I don't want to learn and grow. Then I don't know what you're doing, because we're always learning and growing. Every leader that is a leader is always learning and growing, because the minute you stop learning and growing, you will very soon stop leading. Okay, so if you're saying I'm not going to the rooms because unless I speak, well, that's a whole different conversation. All that tells me is, I'm not going to say it right now publicly, but it doesn't give off a good vibe when you say, if I don't speak, I'm not going to come to the event, because that just shows me how you show up in the world when it comes to your personal development. And personal development is one of the reasons why we go to events. I always walk away with something new from every event that I go to when it comes to the learning, growing side of things.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
Outside of the learning and growing, there is the networking, relationship building. There is something to be said about building relationships in person and doing it virtually. Nothing wrong with virtual, because that makes it accessible to all of us. But when you get into the physical rooms, it makes all the difference. Trust me on that one. And I think most people can vouch for that. And then outside of the networking and relationship building is the opportunity creation, right? Relationships that lead to collaborative partners, lead to a new business with another person that you might have done some kind of partnership with. It might lead to a referral partner. Somebody's going to send you business consistently. It's going to lead to lifelong friendships that you would have never established if you didn't actually get that rapport when you met in person for the first time. I can tell you from every single event we've had, new things have come in terms of revenue, new business, new relationships, new opportunities. New things have come from every single New York City mastermind experience we put together. Every single one of them. There hasn't been one where people walked away and they were just like, oh, well, that was a fun experience. No, it's deeper than that. And that's why we're creating these rooms. And then, of course, there's the opportunities for professional pictures, videography that you're going to be involved in from the sidelines and everywhere. And then guess what happens there? You get to leverage that on social media. Don't we all know the social media game is real? Whether you like it or not, you have to get pictures and photos of yourself in environments somewhere. We're creating this environment for you to get these pictures and these videos so you can promote yourself and leverage yourself on social media. You can show the world, hey, I'm in the trenches. I'm doing this. Right. I'm getting in the rooms. I'm invested in myself. That's the game, folks. That's what we're here to do. We're here to do it just ourselves. We decided to not only do it ourselves, because all of us go to events. Lancelot goes to events. Sifu goes to events. I go to events. Guess what? We all met at an event that we weren't putting on ourselves.
Right.
Hello. Right. We all met at an event. Do you guys see the power of this? We all met at an event that we were not putting on ourselves.
That's right.
I met Sifu at an event in Las Vegas that had nothing to do with me or nothing to do with him, but we both went to an event and we met there. I went to A to B Con. I met Lancelot there. I didn't know him from Adam, but it wasn't my event. I was there to attend an event like everybody else. And guess what? I met Lancelot. Now all three of us are in partnership here, and that's how things happen. That's right? But things don't just happen. They don't just show up in your life. You have to position yourself to win. You have to get the opportunities for your business to grow.
Preach.
Things happen, right? That's how it happens. So if you can't tell right now, folks, I'm speaking to you from straight conviction right now of the
preach. You got me jagged up.
How we position ourselves to win. So 2026, guys, listen, it is time to put yourself in the game. Woo! It is to position your chess piece in a way where you're thinking 80 steps ahead, but you're only making that one move. And that one move, you know, the compound effect of where it's going to go to win the game of business and life.
There you go. Small intentional actions create massive internal shifts, baby. And that's what we're looking for, those small movements and those massive shifts. Let's go, preach.
I love the aspect that you talked about, Jose, about if I'm not speaking, I'm not going to be there. And the three of us were at an event not too long ago, and none of us was speaking. I mean, we spoke to each other, we spoke to other people, but we didn't have the stage. We didn't.
No, I spoke.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, at A to B Con?
No, not AB. I'm talking about a different event we went to in New Jersey. You and I drove. I'm talking about a different event, right?
Yeah.
That we've been in. Jose and I have been in certain different events that either one of us has not spoken, but we still gained from that event. The event that we went to in New Jersey, I made connections that day, right? Jose made connections. Lancelot, you made connections. We even did business because of it, right? Think about every time you go to an event, if you go to sit down and sit in the corner and just talk to your friend, you're right. It's not worth going.
Exactly.
I mean, stay home, right? Save your money. But if you're going to go with intention of this event is going to help my business, this event is going to help me connect with somebody else that I may never have met, B, I may not even have thought of this business opportunity until that person brought it up, or the synergy was so incredible that I have to figure out how to work with this individual because we are so well aligned. It's almost like a marriage coming together and you don't even know it. Jose, you did not know your wife before you met her. But had you not been in that position, you would never have met her. Same thing with you, Lancelot.
Get into the room.
You had to get same thing with you, Lancelot, right? It's not like you guys were in kindergarten together.
Right.
And if you were, that would be awesome, right? But you had to somehow be in the place at the right time. So how do we know when is the right time?
Can I tell you a story?
Which room is going to go into, right? So we have to figure out, is this the right time for me? You don't know. You have no idea. So get into as many rooms as you possibly can. If you're anywhere in Florida and it's like, oh, it's 5 hours away. Are you kidding me? We have people coming in from Nevada. We have people coming in from California. We have people coming from Atlanta. We're coming in. I'm coming from New York. Lancelot's coming from New York. Jose's going from Maryland. We're going from different areas. So when people say it's too far and you live in Florida, boy, oh boy.
I got to tell you a story going back to A to B Con where we met and how I got there. It was about hearing an inner voice inside of me telling me I needed to do more. Now, this was at a time when I had just put out a film, and at the red carpet, I was doing very well, but the inner part of me, the inner voice inside of me kept telling, you're not living in your purpose. This is great that you're being, people are applauding you, but your thing is to be a beacon of positive light and energy to people around the world. So I met Brandon, and in turn, Brandon invited me to the event. And then I said yes, the power of saying yes. But then it was the decision I made that when I went into the room, I was going to connect with as many. This is before I even understood what connection really meant and the value behind connection. But it's the inner voice that was telling me that you need to go in there and meet new people and connect with them, not to network, but just to meet new people and see where it goes. As a result, I met you, I met Jose, and a host of other people. But it was the opportunity and understanding the power of saying yes. Sifu was the last person I met that day. He came up to me, said, let's take a selfie. I've been trying to talk to you. We passed each other a number. Let's get in contact. But it was because I said yes, we called, we met, and all of this has happened since then. My point is connection and the power of going into a situation, knowing what you want and going after it. Because it's one thing, you can go to a room and just sit there with your friends, like you were saying. There's another thing to go there with the intention to connect with people and allow the realness of each of you to take you where it's supposed to go. And I experienced that before I even knew what connection even was about. So it's about getting in that room, man. It's about getting in that room with people that are doing the things that you want to do, positive people, and allowing the realness of who you are, the authenticity of who you are, to connect with the authenticity of who the other person is, whoever you're meeting, and allowing it to blossom from there. Absolutely. I had to tell you that story.
Well, think about it. If you had not been at that event and you did not make an intention to meet with people,
yes,
you would not be in this conversation today.
That's my point. That's my point.
That's right. And none of us would, because it started with you and me at lunch, right?
Yeah.
We went out to lunch, and then I told you what I've been putting in my mind and my head, and then you and I started, and Jose's like, wait a minute, guys, what do you think? I'm going to watch you from the sidelines.
Yeah.
And then that's when Jose said, no, man. So I think it was a great idea to not only have Jose part of our team, but also to bring his expertise, the connections, and everything else that he brings along with it. So the three of us have become a power unit, if you will, not because I'm tooting my horn, because I'm tooting your horns, right? And have you ever seen a horn toot itself? No, somebody else has to toot it, right? So, so think about that.
That's a
right?
good one too. I like that.
We have to be there for one another, but we've only grown New York City Mastermind Experience because of the connections that we all have, and the way we grow together is based on tooting each other's horns, saying, hey, you know what? I love Lancelot because this, and the other, and I love Jose because this, and the other. And so that's something that would never have happened if we didn't take an idea and make it possible. It was that one decision that we did in order to create the New York City Mastermind experience, because there was a thought in my head forever. And I had it like 3 years before. And then when I shared it with you and I shared it with Jose, you guys were in, but it was that one decision that I kept chasing, right? And sometimes when it's in the head and you don't put it out there, it doesn't carry legs. It has no legs to run with.
Take the chance. That's right. Walk through your fears and take the chance. Absolutely. And I will also say that because I learned from you guys I'm learning today. And they say, if you're the smartest person in the room, get the hell out of that room. You know what I mean? And go somewhere else. But I truly, because I am associated with you, I learn. And I'm never too old to learn, never too proud to say that I don't know, and that I literally am absorbing a lot from you guys each time we get together. But this is what these rooms are about. To get in rooms with people that know a little more than you, that are a little more successful than you, so that you can absorb, take, and then utilize. You don't just hold on to it. You have to utilize it. You know what I mean? And make a move. So,
well, I'm going to chime in here with something slightly different. Great points both of you made. Thank you for sharing that. You'd be proud of me, Sifu. I'm having this juicy.
I saw this. I'm so proud. I'm so proud.
My wife made this. She just snuck it in here when we were on the call, and it tastes mainly like celery, but it's a bunch of healthy things in one concoction that we are, Sifu's mind body method, which we're just beyond thrilled to be a part of that. So I wanted to say very quickly, when it comes to decisions, right, as we're on this topic of decisions, and we can hover, of course, around Tampa, which is the most recent event we have coming up, and then we have another one in Ireland, right? So these are some events you should be considering. But remember, decisions, what they do is they create our direction of where we're going to go. Right. And there's many different places we can go. We can go, left, right, forward, backward, 3 o'clock. We can go 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. So there's a lot of different ways we could go. I did not build CLA, Connected Leaders Academy. And for those of you who have no idea what that is, if you have a business, you should be a part of it. You should know of it at least. Check out connectedleadersacademy.com. But I built connectedleadersacademy.com with intentionality. It wasn't accidental, folks. Right? I made a decision. I made one decision that I was going to do this thing and I was going to, execute the plan. And I did. Right? So, and it wasn't accidental. It was very intentional. I made a decision. The next thing is the scaling of it organically. That wasn't by luck. That's because I committed to the process. Right? I committed to the process. So step one is I made a decision. Step two is I made the commitment. And the vision only matters in terms of the vision of where we're going with this thing when it is backed by execution. And execution has to show up every single day. Because remember this, if you remember nothing else at all of what I just said, your calendar and your bank account reflect your decisions. They do not reflect your intentions. Your bank account and your calendar, right? They do not reflect your intentions. It is based off of the decisions that you make. That is what's going to compound over time, whether it's positive or negative, to determine where you're going to end up in the future. So you got to ask yourself, what decisions am I making? What decisions am I not making? That's what it comes down to. So we want to encourage you. We want to give you that friendly nudge to say, hey, make the decision to get into the room of Tampa, Florida. Because that, I'm telling you, is going to create a wave, a piece of momentum that we all are looking for in 2026 right now.
Absolutely. We all have a chance to impact other people's lives. But first, it has to start with us. We have to make that one decision of who we are today. Who am I? When was the last time you even asked yourself that question? Who am I? What do I stand for? What do I believe? And what will I pursue? And what will I be remembered for when I have my last breath? What will I be remembered for 5 generations from after me? That's the impact that you need to make in your own life. If and I can listen, if Tampa's not for you, Tampa's not for you. But if you're on the fence, man, it hurts to be on that fence, especially if it's a wire fence. Get off the fence, jump to this side, and let us help you understand. And here's the thing that happens with New York City Mastermind Experience. It's like any other, because once you are on our side and you make that commitment, not only do we create a thumbnail for you, we put it on social media, we give it to you, but we also put you on our website. We also are going to put you, if you're a speaker, we're going to put you on there. We're going to keep you on there. So there's all different chances for you to get more in the room. We do before the room happens, right? We bring a lot of our guests who've been on our show have been in the room, or they are coming to the room. So think about that. What other room have you been to where you get to go on a live show before, during, after? Not many. I haven't seen. Jose, have you been to any experience where you actually get to go live before, after? I haven't.
The answer is no, and that's called added value, my friends.
That's it. That's it. And even have you been to an event, Jose, where you just went in as a general speaker, not even as a speaker, just as a general attendee, and they put your picture on the website and mentioned that you're going to be there?
Yeah, that doesn't happen. Okay. That's not a thing. It
happens with us, though. It does happen with us. We put people's information on and say, you know, so-and-so is joining us in Tampa. So-and-so is joining us at this experience. Because we want you to see that we care. We want to see you succeed in every possible way. And if that helps your social media, by all means, we're promoting you. Even if you're just a general admission ticket, that doesn't mean you don't count. Everybody who comes to our event becomes part of our family.
And gets promoted on social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you guys, and when I say you guys, I mean everybody who's watching, and of course, YouTube. But when it comes to the decisions that we're making, right? When we wait too long, that lack of certainty actually kills velocity in terms of your outcomes. It actually stifles it. It just derails it a lot of times, because that indecision, that waiting period, kills velocity. It just kills that momentum that we're all after. How many of you are trying to move faster? I know I am. Mm-hmm. I want bigger results. I want better results. I want faster results. I think that's fair to say for everybody. Now, of course, we have to understand that things take time, and you don't want to shortcut things, because when you shortcut something, you tend to short circuit. Right? So it's not so much taking the shortcut or the path of least resistance. It's just knowing that things take time, but you don't want to miss out on potential momentum. The market rewards speed and courage, right? So are you moving at a speed that is fair and reasonable? Are you moving in courage, knowing that, hey, there is some risk factor here. Hey, this might sting a little bit. I can tell you for myself, my biggest breakthroughs I've ever had, that I've ever experienced, came from imperfect decisions that I executed relentlessly. That is a fact.
Imperfect decisions that you executed. When you say imperfect like, what do you mean by that?
So let's just say, for example, My wife is like, okay, Jose, Tampa, Florida. Okay, I get what you're saying, but we have I have a dentist appointment on Friday, and we have nobody to watch the kids. And this particular bill needs to be paid before you go. And she gives me like this list of things, and I'm like, oh my gosh, but I need to go to Tampa. I don't know if I can make all this happen. So an imperfect decision is saying, I'm going to do it anyway, and I'm going to find a way to make these things work. Right? Because it's not always going to be perfect. The stars are not always going to align just like this. Because this is what people wait for, to be frank. What people wait for is for all the stars to do this. And then all of a sudden they're like, yes, the decision needs to be made now. I know exactly this is the perfect thing. Everything is perfect.
Got it.
The bills are paid. I have just enough money. My significant others on the same page are like, go for it. The kids are good. This is taken care of. I see exactly what my outcome is going to be there. Like, that's called the alignment of stars, right? Where people wait for that to happen to say, okay, I'm in. Imperfect decision is saying, I'm going to be there. I'm going to buy my bloody ticket, and then I'll figure out how to get there and make sure that things are going to work out after I get it done. That's just moving with conviction, moving with a sense of urgency, moving with an understanding that part of your job as a CEO of your company is to get into the rooms, because that's how exponential growth happens. So I'm going to do that as often as I can do that within reason, even if the stars did not align as quickly as I would have liked, because I just got to do it because I know that's my calling. I know this is my responsibility. And if I'm going to grow, gosh darn it, I'm going to position myself to win every single time.
Ooh, okay. Imperfect decision. Got it.
Well, think about it. When was the last time you saw a movie and you didn't know what the movie was going to be like, but you went because the actors are your favorite, or they're good, or you heard it's a good movie, but you've never seen it?
Mm-hmm.
That's an imperfect decision because you don't know the outcome. You don't, unless somebody told you. But if, let's say, nobody said anything about this movie, the trailer looks good, right? But you don't know. You don't know until you get into that theater. I love, crazy love going to the movies. Love it. And here's the problem. My fiance hates going to the movies. So what do I do once in a blue? I go to the movies by myself. If I don't have somebody to go with, I go by myself. So would I prefer to have somebody with me so they can share the experience? Absolutely. Would I want my fiance to go with me? Yes. That's not for her. So guess who loves going to the movies? This guy. So if you guys ever want to go to a movie, I know that Lancelot's movie's coming out. Jose and I are going to go. We're going to go hang out. We're going to watch that movie, Lancelot. So, and we may watch it in Ireland. I don't know where we're going to watch it, but we're going to probably hang out together, get some popcorn. Yes, I don't normally eat popcorn, but for you, Lancelot, I will watch your movie with some popcorn. Hang out with Jose, and maybe we'll even grab you at that point. But that's a decision. I don't know what the movie's going to be like, but because I know you, Lancelot, I know it's going to be an incredible time, right? But that's a decision that we make without knowing what the outcome is going to be. I know the time the movie starts. I know the time it ends, but the in between, I have no clue. You know that Tampa is starting February 27th. It ends March 1st. If you can't make February 27th because you have to go to the dentist, go to the dentist. Join us February 28th.
That's right.
To March 1st.
That's right.
We do have a 2-day option. We do have the 3-day option. It's not set in stone for you. You do what you can, right? If you can say, I can only come for Saturday, Sunday, join us then. If you want to do the VIP experience, that's where you join us, the 27th through March 1st. So those decisions that we make on a daily, they should impact us.
Mm-hmm.
If your decisions, sometimes they should scare you. They should scare you a little bit, because then it's worth taking.
Sifu, I read somewhere that kind of aligns with what you just described. and the knowing what's going to be in the movie and all these things, right? That whole, I need to know the things first, right? That's really described after, I think it's called The Magic of Thinking Big, which is here somewhere, is analysis paralysis, right?
Yeah.
Analysis paralysis. We overanalyze, and it paralyzes our ability to make a decision or to move and to take action, right? And that could be easily described as fear discouraged, or sorry, fear disguised as logic, right? Fear disguised as logic. Like, we're looking at it as like, oh, this is logical for me to hold off and to make sure everything is in alignment, when it could be fear that's really holding you back. That fear of who's going to be in the room. Do I know anybody? Am I going to have the exact money I need to do it? Am I going to be in the right position? I need to have that difficult conversation with my spouse that I'm trying to avoid, right? Whatever it is, right? Like, it could be fear disguised as logic. And it could also, if we're not careful, it could be comfort masquerading as wisdom, folks. It could be comfort masquerading as wisdom. Like, oh, I'm going to make a wise decision, or do I really just want to be comfortable and not have to inconvenience myself to go to Tampa, Florida, right? So these are the things you have to really analyze, and that's where the self-reflection comes in. That's where prayer and journaling and stillness and taking time to evaluate where you are and where you want to be, that's where those decisions are made. It's not so much in the logic and the wisdom that is really often disguised as fear and comfort.
Yeah.
And for those people that are fearful or cannot be there on the 27th, you could be there the next day on the 28th and do a 2-day or a 3-day. So you're not locked in the 3 days if you can only make 2. So that's an option for you now. And Sifu, that was good that you said that, because I'm sure people were thinking that.
Yeah. Think about what we've been talking about today. It's one decision, right? If something in this conversation stirred you, don't let it stay a thought. Moments like these matter because they remind us of what the future does or does not change, and at all at once. It can change it in an instant, right? And guess what? We cannot predict the future, but we can take actions to help it be a better one, right? And it changes one decision at a time. Think about that. One decision at a time. What's the decision that you're going to do for your day today? And have you done it already? So take this with you. What's the decision you already know you need to make? Sit with it, but move on it. And don't wait for permission you're never going to get. You're never going to get permission to come to Tampa. We're not going to give it to you. You have to get it for yourself. You give yourself the permission you need. So if this conversation added any value, share it with someone who might be one decision away from a different future, because you may be helping somebody just from the conversation that we had today. Maybe somebody you know is on the fence about something, and it doesn't have to be about Tampa. It could be a decision that they have to make about moving, about buying this house, buying this car. It's that decision that we have to look at, and does it make sense? Maybe they need to get off the fence. Maybe you're doing somebody a service by sharing this episode with them, and hey, maybe they'll come to Tampa with you.
Yeah, love it.
All right.
Love it.
Any last words before we take off, gentlemen?
Would you like to go first, Lancelot, or shall I?
Go ahead, go first, as I think.
I will just leave you on a thought, and that thought is, one decision today becomes a lifestyle tomorrow. Okay, one decision today becomes a lifestyle tomorrow, in terms of how you are going to excel in your business and in your life. That lifestyle, that collective of the day-to-day business grind, and how you show up for your family and your personal life, and what you do in your spare non-productive time to enjoy life and to live it out fully, to be fully alive, right? That is a decision. And that decision very well could be Tampa, Florida for you. So I encourage you, get in the room with us, join us. We want to see you there. And guess what? It is our responsibility as entrepreneurs to create environments for everyone to win, because we're community based, right? We are leaders, and leaders step forward in the gap. Leaders are in the trenches. Leaders are learners. Leaders are readers. Leaders are the people who are positioning themselves in uncomfortable ways sometimes. And trust me, do you think it's comfortable for Sifu, Lancelot, and myself to go to all these places all the time? Can I tell you something? No, it is not. It's difficult because Sifu has his own many other things he does. Lancelot does too. I do too. But we're coming together not just for ourselves selfishly to create a room for us and other things that we're doing. We're doing it because we want to impact the world. We want to change lives. We want to help you, the entrepreneur that's out there that wants to position himself to win. That's what we're doing, right? That's what we're doing. We're doing our part. We want you to do your part, and that's showing up. So I'm going to leave that there. We can keep going. We can spend 3 hours today because I'm fired up. But guess what? I'm excited for Tampa, Florida. I'm excited for Ireland and all the other destinations we have lined up throughout the year. Let's get your ticket for Tampa, Florida. We'll see you then.
All right. Love it. Love it. All right. I would say this, people, 2026 is about elevation. It's about being that person that you know you're supposed to be, unlocking the greatness inside of you, making the decisions that are going to help you to move forward in 2026. Listening to that inner voice, understanding that these decisions that you're making are the decisions that are going to help you to be the best version of yourself, and get in the rooms and create the environment in 2026 that is going to help you to elevate. Because when you surround yourself around like-minded people, people that are entrepreneurs, people that are trying to change the world, visionaries, collaborators, it will help you to elevate yourself. It will help you to move forward because you are not behind, but you're in the same room with these type of people. So make 2026, make each decision that you're making about elevating you and moving you forward, because it's all about creating and being the best that you could possibly be and tapping into the greatness that is locked inside of each and every one of us.
Love it. Love it. I got to say that your one decision is the one that defines you. Make the right decision. If that decision is to join us in Tampa, we'd love to know about it. Reach out. Our website has it all. You can just go in there and sign up. If you want to save a little bit of dough, text me 516-242-8732. 516-242-8732. But you can just go to the website, sign up in any direction that you want, right? We have general admission, we have VIP, we have speaker, we have VIP speaker, any direction you want. You want to sponsor the show, sponsor the event actually. And if you want to sponsor the show, we can talk about that as well, right? We're always looking to help people navigate into greatness. Like Jose said, we don't need to create a room. The three of us can go hang out in Tampa and have a great time. But we're gonna anyway, right? But we created a room so that you can come in and you can navigate and learn about other people and have them learn about you so that you can grow in 2026. We'd love to help you grow. If you ever need advice from the three of us, we're available. And that's the cool thing about our events. We actually sit with you because we have a meeting after the meeting, and we teach and we help and we navigate and we find ways to help somebody win.
We grow together.
Winning is what we do. Yes.
Love it.
All right, you guys.
All right.
God bless. We will see you next time.
Peace.
Turn it up, let's go. Turn it up, let's go. Let's go. No time to wait. Bass too loud and the vibe too great. Let's go. Full on no, we don't miss. Whole room lit like a first kiss. No cap, no stress, no chill.